Man, well, I would love to hear you play Power and just give us a backstory on Power.
Power, yeah. I mean, Power is okay. It's been a long time since I played that. That's S1 brought in that beat, and then we did kind of like spruce up the harmonies to kind of give it, put it a little elevated. 21st century schizo man. Oh yeah, there's the little breakdown. It would be a beautiful death, jumping out the window. 21st century schizo man. That Moog, have that Moog Voyager, that bass line on there.
Right.
It was a funny thing when the keyboard player left the gig, or when I came on the very first gig, they said, well, what kind of rig do you need? What kind of equipment do you need? I said, well, just give me whatever the old keyboard player had, thinking like, I don't want to change it up too much. And it had that Moog Voyager, which ended up being the keyboard on like so many songs, even just this one patch that I'd use for the bass, like Runaway or All the Lights, or it's like everything is like this one patch. But I just kind of wound up with it because, and I do play like analog synths anyway, so I was happy that was there. But I remember Kanye, like the first or second verse, he was like, "Oh, you like that keyboard, Jen?" I was like, yeah. And he was like, but like that Moog Voyager and Korg Triton, this like kind of old, kind of a little bit of like an older board, but it was like, with Pharrell and the Neptunes kind of made a lot of their beats on, and then a Juno 106 that was kind of like the little trio. It's kind of maybe doesn't translate exactly on this, but we did use the piano like kind of exclusively, more in 808s. Like that was like a big, everything was like piano. We'd write it from piano and the vocal, and like from Say You Will. Why would she? Like that to Amazing.
Damn.
To Love Lockdown. So it's like, I think Kanye always described like piano is like the neutral instrument that like doesn't offend anyone's ear. Like black people can fuck with it, white people can fuck with it. Like black people might hear like electric guitar, like you're not going to hear that much like on like rap radio. Now it's a little different, like streaming has kind of changed things. Like everything could kind of mix, but it was interesting like taking that cue to like always be using the piano as this neutral element, and also not to rely on sounds to excite the ear, but let the music and the composition really shine through. But like Street Lights, I think
that's
every track.
I was waiting for you to say Street Lights. That's my favorite
another
song.
Beautiful.
Such a beautiful song.
Beautiful song, yeah. And then Heartless is kind of the one that doesn't really have, because that sample is so strong. It has that. But yeah, it's funny. It's awesome. Is even like this, like any piano or keyboard sound, like it can evoke like the music, without it having to have the most banging beat or this or that. But it's like timeless music, Like I think that's like I'm really proud that I think a lot of that music has this really timeless element to it, rather than being kind of trendy or You know, at least I hope so. I think it's the hottest. It's been a while since that music's like been around. You know, I think
Right.
it still resonates.
Definitely.